Have you ever written a really important text message or an email and somebody didn't respond and you felt ignored? Well, I found a video, I think made by AI, that has all the answers that are wrong. And I want to share it with you and talk about it.
This show is filmed in front of a live Twitch audience.
Well, hello, nurse. My name is Katie. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. And I have written plenty of messages which have gone ignored, and some were because I was just panicking and then texting too much, or sometimes people are just busy and I feel like they're ignoring me, but then they're not and they reply later. I'm always one to admit when I made a mistake, but I was on YouTube earlier and I found this video, and I gotta say, I 100% absolutely disagree with everything they say in this video. I'm not even gonna play the contents of this video. I'm gonna explain it, and I'm gonna explain why it's wrong. So let's quickly take a look at what this video is called. This video is called 14 Reasons Why People Ignore You. And this video goes in where it's supposed to be this self-help video where it explains to you how you can change, because people are ignoring you because you're too needy. People are ignoring you because you talk too much, you ask too much of them, you are negative all the time, and you complain all the time, which might be the same thing but not exactly. And here's the thing, and I don't want to give this video more screen time than it needs, so in this video, they basically victim blame people who are ignored in very specific situations. There are times when you're being ignored because of a nasty little thing called silent treatment. Sometimes it's not even that. Sometimes you're sharing something with someone and they're busy and their brains just don't know how to reply at that moment. And sometimes they're just being plain a-holes. And it is so easy when we Google, why are people ignoring me, to find a video that is made by AI that is hidden as self help. Make these changes and people will stop ignoring you. When that's not the core problem. Not at all. The problem is not necessarily that you're being too needy. The problem is also maybe not that you're too negative. So often, communication gets lost in text because we don't have our, our body language, our facial expressions. An example of this I'm going to use is something that Gemini and ChatGPT, which are both LLM models, which use a predictive type of text, pick up on is they will assume, let's say you say something, or I say something like, uh, I don't like the way that my friend looked at me today. They gave me this weird look, and I think it was my outfit, but they didn't tell me. But you never mention an emotion, right? You never say anything about it. Or another example is, I got this response from my boss today, and ever since I got that email, my boss was rude with me, and the AI will tell you, oh, I can hear the frustration and anger in your voice. And you're like, bro, I'm not frustrated or angry. I'm confused. And that's in part a big problem with text, right? Is we don't always have these visual interactions where we have our voice, or where we have our eyes, our hands to kind of navigate us through communication, especially on text. And also, there's the real world thing of people can't always immediately respond. And so, when I saw this video earlier today, I was in a mindset of I'm feeling a little bit ignored. I'm not in a good mind space, and I was wondering why people ignore messages. And I already know the answer. There's multiple, there's not just one. But when I found this video, and it was one of the top search results that came up, it immediately warned me that I had to say something. Because, dear friend, if you are being ignored, ain't no good feeling about that. And this video in particular was made by AI. It's victim blaming. It blames victim for being needy and blames the victim for needing support. It blames the victim for talking too much, saying things people can't deal with, and sometimes that's valid. Sometimes we need to evaluate the way that we write messages and think about what is the other person going through and be willing to listen to what somebody else says. But it's not always our fault. And this type of messaging where you Google why is somebody ignoring me and you get this whole list of things that you did wrong, and it is hidden as this self-help, self-improvement, and it's not. It's victim blaming. It is manipulative AI slop that is dangerous to the human mind. And here's why. If you keep telling somebody that they are the problem and people don't respond to them because they're needy, because they talk too much, because they have too much problems, because they always just bring negativity to every conversation. People that don't make those mistakes, and very often people who take things very literally, like for example myself, I'm autistic. I say what I mean, and I mean what I say, and I don't like double entendres. I don't like hidden meanings, though I speak sarcasm quite well. Um, but this kind of messaging, especially to people who take things literally, can own this and say, I'm doing this, and then they never speak up. Then they never ask for help. And here's the thing is, yes, sometimes people really flat out ignore us because they just don't know what to say. And sometimes they're just busy. Sometimes it is too much for them to handle. So I thought about this a bit, and I'm like thinking, how can we solve this problem? I'm a problem solver, right? I like solving problems. And so I would say if you need to share something with someone that might be emotionally deep, or something when you need support, something where you feel lonely, or for example, a situation with your help, with your help. For example, a situation with your health, I have found something that is helpful for me is to ask the person, hey, I need support with something, or I need to ask something that I'm going through. Do you perhaps have the capacity or the time to talk about it? If not, would you maybe mind talking to me a little bit later? I need some help with this. Ever since I started doing that, that changed a lot of my communication. Because, see, in many ways, I used to believe 100% I'm always the problem. and I'm always the one in the wrong. It's wrong of me to ask for help. It's wrong of me to speak up. It's wrong of me to need someone. I should be self-sufficient. I should never need to ask for help. I should never talk about my problems to somebody else. But here's the thing, and this is where that AI message, it jumped out of the boat and swam to Antarctica and then it drowned. Well, it sank, not drowned. The boat sank. As humans, we need human interaction. And learning to find the right people comes from asking people, is it okay if I share this with you? And their response to that, and how they respond to what you are saying. If they blow you off, if they make it like, oh, yeah, sure, whatever, not important, then that's not the right person. So, if you want to know if somebody is the right person, I'm not 100% sure yet. Maybe you can share your thoughts down below and we can talk about this as a community. And again, as somebody who is autistic and I also have ADHD, I struggle sometimes to know what to share with whom and how. But the main thing that I can share today is don't always feel like you're the problem just because you need help thinking through a situation. Don't feel like a burden for asking for help. We are human. And because we are human, we need other humans sometimes. So therefore, if you need help, speak up. But always find out if the person that you need to talk to has the capacity to speak to you in that moment. Tell them if you are really overwhelmed, you need somebody to speak to if they are available. If not, I'm I'm wondering if somebody else has some tips. Um, what can we do? Share your thoughts in the comments down below. I wanted to make this video because seeing AI videos like that on the internet is dangerous. It takes away the humanity. It takes away the thought that we aren't necessarily the problem. Sometimes other people are just jerks. They are assholes. And we're not the problem. And this video is that I found today is so invalidating. If you come across a video like that, this is one tip that I will give. If you come across a video and you see something like the title of that video is 13 reasons why people ignore you, and you're scared that the video might trigger you, here is a tip that I found. Gemini is very similar to ChatGPT. What gives Gemini an edge is it can summarize YouTube videos. So if you want to make sure if a video is safe for your mental health or for wherever you are in your journey or in your life, enter the URL of the video into Gemini. It is Gemini, let me just double check, gemini.google.com, and ask it to analyze the video and give it just a little bit of feedback of what you wanted to check. Like, say, is this video safe? I'm feeling down. This video is saying 14 reasons of why people are ignoring me. And this is the kind of topic that we really, really need to start talking about, because in a society that is growing more and more lonely because of the internet and so much more AI slop videos becoming available online, as humans, we need to seek out humans and connect. And it is so important that we understand that our voices matter. Never ever feel like asking and reaching out for help and being ignored in your time of need is your fault. Sometimes it's the way we ask, yes, but it's not always your fault. Be mindful of the content that you find online, especially check if it's AI. I immediately picked up that video was AI by the voice. And the images that were just these random flashes of images is not coherent. Like this video is me sitting talking for however long. But I hope that we can open this discussion in the comments. What do you think about these types of videos on the internet becoming available? This is AI mental health slop. This is dangerous because this is telling victims, it could be telling victims of real abuse that they are the problem. And that's not true. That's not true. So please share your comments down below. And I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. And if you made it to the end, please share a green or a pink emoji for my Grinch shirt. I love my Grinch shirt. It says I'm in my Grinch era. Okie dokie, friends. See you soon. Bye.